इससे डायरेक्शन में देख छोड़ से बात start.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Welcome to the 332nd meeting of the Admin Toastmasters Club. I'll be your sergeant at arms. I'm Ron Billimorian. Before we start the meeting, I would like to mention a few ground rules we follow in Toastmasters meeting. Please turn off your mobile phones or switch them to silent mode to avoid disruptions. I'll give you 10 seconds. Please take out your phones and double check them. Make sure they are silent or switched off. If you have arrived late or have to leave the room, please do not enter till you hear the applause. Please wait outside till you hear the applause. Only then you enter or leave the room. Do not leave the room in the middle of a speaker speaking, so that it doesn't distract the speaker. Please refrain from crosstalk while the speaker is speaking, so it does not disturb them. Drinking water facilities and washrooms are available outside. The gents' washroom is on the left and the ladies' washroom is on the right hand side. Very important note for today is that we have arranged the classroom exactly for the exams tomorrow. So when you leave today, please make sure all the tables and chairs are exactly as they are now. Yeah, properly aligned, etc. So just please take care of that. I would like you to stand up for the club mission. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Please be seated. Okay, so let's do a regular sound check. Everybody ready? Good, sound check done. It's my pleasure to welcome our presiding officer, Toastmaster Meenakshi. Please welcome with a huge round of applause.
Good evening, everyone. I welcome you all to the 332nd meeting. I think you're my voice. 332nd meeting of Admin Toastmasters Club. I declare this meeting open. Any guests in the house? One. Anybody coming to a Toastmasters meeting for the first time? Oh, wow. Okay. Yes. Yeah. As you all know, this is the last meeting for 2023. Unless you decide to attend some other meeting tomorrow in some other club. But for Admin Toastmasters Club, this is the last meeting. So I want to just not give you a lot of gyan today, because today I want to keep it very short and sweet. I just feel that the last few days of the year should be just days for reflection and gratitude. That's it. And gratitude I spoke about a couple of meetings ago. So I just want to tell you all to just reflect on the year that went by. I'm sure a lot of you are doing this in other aspects of your life, like career-wise or personal life-wise, what went right, what went wrong. But I would really sincerely suggest you take a pen and paper and just jot down the entire year 2023. what worked for you in Toastmasters, what did not work for you, and whatever did not work for you, what you will do better in 24. That's it. Very simple. You can, I can give you a couple of ideas, like think about all the roles that you have taken during the term, or within the club, outside the club, what work you did other than the regular roles that you take. Just reflect on yourself. If you have a couple of things that just comes on top of your mind and you want to share with us, anybody, the floor is open. Yes.
This has been an amazing year. Being the program chef for kids, that was something if I say 5 years back, I remember when I first born in all and so I didn't know how to move around in an area conference. I saw all the Toastmasters coming and beating each other, and it was very easy for me. And 5 years down the line, being the program chef for the animation, that was a big challenge. That was a big problem. And taking the VPN role also. The last 2 years, we had a basic VPN who might do personally. Vidya and Navi was an amazing thing, and who are, I would say, kind of ideal for me to take up the VPN role. So going ahead and following that. So these two things are.
Yes.
For me, it's because the lot may get invested. That's the fear and move along.
So I will just leave you with that. Just take few seconds to reflect on the year that went by. And with that being said, I would like to call upon our Toastmaster of the day, DTM Vinay. All our members here, so he is the current treasurer of our club and he is the head of procurement at Ruler, right? Over to you.
Everybody, when they write their speeches or when they deliver their speeches, the first thing that comes in their mind is how to make it interesting, how to sustain the interest of the audience and make sure that they are hooked to your speeches. So the theme that I have chosen today is wordplay. And in today's meeting, I will try to demonstrate through some of the examples as to how can we play with the words, how we can add certain things in our speech wherever appropriate, not every time, not everywhere, wherever we feel, and just try to make things interesting. So welcome to 332nd meeting of Bengal Toastmasters Club. This is the last meeting of the year. Since there are no guests, I am sure everybody is aware, but I'll still repeat, there's a prepared speech segment, and this prepared speech segment is a bit different today because we have two very prominent guests, or rather Toastmasters. They are delivering the speech here, and I would call homecoming because one of the Toastmasters started their Indian Toastmasters journey from Agner, Toastmaster Syam. So he is present here. Let's welcome. So today, before I begin playing with certain words and telling you how to play with words, I would like to introduce the prominent role holders of the day. And I would like to start with the grammarian of the day. I would like to invite Toastmaster Meenakshi to elaborate.
Good evening once again, everyone. I am playing the role of grammarian today. As grammarian, it is my duty and my responsibility to listen very carefully to whatever is being said on the stage. I will note good usage of language like quotes, phrases, thoughts, idioms, etc. And I will also note not so good usage, and I will at the end correct what was wrong in that and what should have been used instead. As a grammarian, it's also my duty to introduce the word of the day and the phrase of the day. The word of the day is extravagant. which means elaborate display. For example, you can use it as saying that the New Year's Eve showed an elaborate display of fireworks. Extravagant display of fireworks. The phrase of the day is skating on thin ice, which means doing something very risky. A usage of that would be, if you guys don't use the word of the day or phrase of the day, you would be skating on thin ice because you will hear it from me at the end of the meeting. Over to you.
Thank you, Meenakshi. The purpose, you must be wondering, in a normal meeting, we say tag team, we invite timer, our counter, and grammarian. After some initial thoughts of the word of the theme of the day. But the point that I've called the grammarian first is because I wanted to introduce the word of the day at the beginning itself, the word of the day and the phrase of the day at the beginning itself, so that she can communicate this and all of us can imbibe this in our mind so that we can use it during the course of this meeting. The second prominent role holder today is the timer. I would invite Ruxar.
So, good evening, Toastmasters of the day, for the Toastmasters against. I am the timer for the day. As a timer, my duty is to time the prepared speeches, table topics, and evaluation. For prepared speeches, the time allotted varies as per the project and will be stated by the evaluator. For instance, for an icebreaker, the time allocated is 4 to 6 minutes. For table topics, the time allocated is 1 to 2 minutes. And for evaluation, the time allotted is 2 to 3 minutes. Speaker must meet the specified time limit to qualify for the award at the end of the meeting. I will display the green card at the minimum qualifying time, yellow card at the midpoint of the qualifying time range, and the red card at the maximum qualifying time till the end of the speech. For prepared speeches and evaluation, the speaker has 30-second grace before the minimum qualifying time and after the maximum qualifying time. For table topics, there is a grace of 30 seconds only after the maximum of the rest is displayed. All speaker who continues to speak beyond the 30 seconds grace will not qualify for it. I will record the time taken by the speaker and call upon. Thank you and over to you.
One of the underrated auxiliary roles, but for me, the timer's role is very important, and I would request and I would appreciate everybody to stick to the agenda, maintain the timeline so that we are able to finish this meeting on time and leave for whatever we have left for today. The third pillar is our counter Toastmaster Divyan Piyush. May I request him to come here and spell out the name?
Good evening, Toastmaster of the committee of this class. Hello, and hello, Toastmaster. I am the art counter of the day. Duty of art counter. My duty is listen attentively each speaker and note down the mistakes made by them. The all mistakes are like each of the sounds are filler words like so, but use of filler phrases, like that, so that, and the extremely long pauses and repetitive use of any other words. The record upon my report will be the account of the mistakes made by each speaker. Thank you.
So these are the three pillars of today's meeting, and they will help us at the end of the meeting to see how much we are on time, how much our grammar was correct, and how much our pillar was that we have used. Talking about wordplay, the first thing which comes to my mind is there's something called oxymoron. Now, oxymoron is a combination of words which are kind of opposite and they are used in one sentence. Say, for example, clearly confused, larger half, deafening silence, found missing, chilling hot, liquid gas. So when we are delivering our speeches, as a want to add some fun, I think we can try and use certain of these words appropriately. Then there's something called pun. Now, Again, pun is basically a joke. Again, playing with the word. For example, the grammarian had a lot of comma sense. Um, when a lady ghost saw a male ghost, it was love at first sight. So in puns also there are two types of pun. One is homographic puns, which are like same spelling, but it has got two senses. If you burn the candle with both the ends, then you are not bright as you think. And there's another compound puns. Again, here there are several meanings which makes it funny. So a sentence can have multiple meanings. Santa's helpers are nothing but subordinate clauses. Now, the third one, before we start the prepared speech segment, is one of my favorites, which is tongue twisters. And this is something which I have used many times in my speeches. Ron will definitely remember. For example, and tongue twisters are sentences which make sense. Whatever I am saying, it's not that it does not make sense. For example, there was one dialogue in Yes Prime Minister series, Man Overboard 1987. It was telecast in BBC at that point of time. So that means you need to know things even when you don't need to know them. You need to know them, not because you need to know them, but because you need to know whether or not you need to know things. So even if you don't need to know things, you need to know them to know that there was no need for you to know them. There are many. There are many in native languages. Chandu ki chachi and all that. There's another one which I love. I thought a thought, but the thought I thought wasn't the thought I thought. If the thought I thought had been the thought I thought, I wouldn't have thought so much. So if you understand, say understand. If you don't understand, say you don't understand. But if you don't understand and say understand, how will I understand that you understand? So again, these are certain things which can provide a comic relief to the audience while you're giving a speech. But you have to be very, very careful how you are adding it in your speech. They must not look like a forced speech. I think when I started my Toastmasters journey, in the research speech, the fourth speech, not fourth, at that point of time, it was sixth or something. So I gave a research on tongue twister. And I had said something, I think 18 tongue twisters during that entire speech. Now that was something which I was able to do because that speech itself was on tongue twister. But this is not possible every time. Now we start the prepared speech segment, and we have 4 members as I told you earlier. And there's another interesting thing is that today's evaluation will also be today's table topics will also be evaluated, and it is also a part of pathways which I will share later when I call the table topics master. So the first speech today is by Toastmaster Sanjeev Banerjee. He is pursuing his presentation mastery pathway, and he will be delivering his level 1 project 2, writing a speech with a purpose. To evaluate his speech, we have Toastmaster Tejas Nair. May I request Toastmaster Tejas Nair to spell out his topic.
Good evening, everyone. My target speaker today is Toastmaster Sanjeev. He is attempting level 1 project 2 of presentation mastery pathway. The purpose of the speech is to learn or review basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. Please note the time allotted is 5 to 7 minutes. I wish you all the best. Over to you.
May I request a round of applause as we welcome Toastmaster Sanjeev Banerjee. Sanjeev Banerjee, the game changer, Toastmaster Sanjeev Banerjee.
Good evening, Toastmasters. I'm sure everybody would have heard about the country known as Denmark, the Scandinavian country in Europe, pretty rich by European standards. Economy is also very well established. Now, another important point about Denmark is, which most of you would not be knowing, is what is driving Denmark's economy. A lot of people are from finance. Any idea? No. Denmark's economy is driven these days by a drug which is known as Ozempic. So it is a sizable portion of Denmark's economy, and people say that its market capitalization of the company, Novo Nordisk, is as bigger as Denmark's market capitalization for the GDP. So interesting fact, right? Now, what is Ozempic? Ozempic is a weight loss. So you will be knowing that today's topic is a hardcore financial topic. No problem. Today's topic is about weight loss and nutrition. As someone said that I keep trying to lose weight, but it always keeps finding me. Okay, so it so happened during the COVID period, I was staying at home for 1.5 to 2 years working from home. Then all those home cooked meals 3 times a day, I was not used to. And with rice, mutton, and this and that. So I used to eat. So after a considerable period of time, I could imagine, I could feel within the body that my weight is slowly and slowly increasing. And it so happened to a point that I thought of checking my BMI. Anybody knows body mass index? It's nothing but weight divided by height in meters square. So that is BMI. So I checked my BMI, it came out to be 29.1. The normal according to my age and my height and weight should be between 18.5 to 24.5. Came as 29, which was clearly overweight and bordering to obesity. So it shook me a bit. I know that I was skating on a thin ice that time. So I had to do something. So little knowledge is always the dangerous thing. So I thought, let me skip dinner. Let me start having fruits. Let me have 1 meal a day, which is fruit. So the easiest food that time I was in Delhi, the easiest food available was watermelon, banana, right? And if you have some money, kiwis and all. So I started having a whole bunch of food in mind, skip dinner at all. So after 3 months or so, I realized there was no difference. My weight was continuously the same. Then I thought, why this is happening? I'm skipped total carbs, proteins, fat, everything. Just little bit of food in night, but still. Then I realized that watermelon has loads of fructose, which is nothing but glucose. It is the easiest digestible form of sugar in the body. Each wedge of watermelon has 9 grams of glucose. So that was a grave mistake I was doing. So I then thought, let me understand, to build upon some scientific concepts of diet and nutrition, what should be done. Because I was sitting at home, having food, teams meeting, so all those visions of having a beer, we are doing team stall, snacking in between. So those all came to haunt me in the COVID period. Then I, sitting at home, I learned about how to manage weight, how to manage the health more scientifically. I watched a lot of YouTube and Netflix documentaries, like what the hell was poison. So a lot of things I watched. But the one which truly inspired me was the Game Changers. So Game Changer documentary is produced by Arnold Schwarzenegger. So I would urge everybody to see that. It challenges the conventional wisdom about challenges your thought process, your belief systems that yes, protein is very much important, animal protein is very much important for you to sustain. It questions a lot of myths. Then I realized that all that we have been taught up till now, right? All the food pyramid was a lie. A lot of things we thought that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. You should eat breakfast like a king, lunch like a queen, whatever. So those are all nothing but useless information that we were given. So those were some of the things which I learned during that COVID period. That was Netflix. The most important takeaway for me was during this entire
entire journey of self-realization and knowledge loss. Are we eating fruits or are we eating products? Do you know that KFC now has 1,000 outlets in India? When did we stop eating for sustenance? From we now enjoy the products which is sold to us. That is the new generation which is expect. So those are some of the important learnings. At the end of the day, at the end of the entire scientific journey and revelation, I lost 10 years in 4.5 minutes. And tell you how I lost in my next speech. Stay tuned. Before we go to the second speaker of the day, another wordplay, anagram. Sorry. Okay. So I'll give 30 seconds. So there are, we can do two things. This is for the evaluation. This is for the feedback to the speaker. We can do two things normally as a good practice. As you are hearing the speech, and if you like something, you can just keep on. You can keep on noting down your feedback as the speech is in progress, as you remember, as you like something, or as you want the speaker to improve. And in the last 30 seconds after the speech, you can finalize that. You can give these slips during the break time directly to the speaker. Don't give this to Libby. Now I come to anagram. Anagram is again wordplay. And in anagram, what happens is that, for example, there are two words. And in one word, whatever alphabets are used. And in the second word, same level of alphabets are used, same alphabet. For example, parliament. So anagram of parliament is partial men. So if you see partial men and parliament, exactly same ones, whatever words have been used in partial men in anagram. Some interesting anagrams are, say, for example, Clint Eastwood, Old West action, debit card, backdated, dormitory, dirty room, schoolmaster, the classroom, and the funniest mother-in-law, Hitler woman. Don't use this at home. Ladies, especially. So the second speaker of the day is Toastmaster Ruchi Kumari. She is pursuing dynamic leadership pathway and she'll be delivering her level 1 project 3 speech on research and development. Today her speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Praveen. I will request Toastmaster Praveen to come here and spell out the objectives on which he would evaluate Toastmaster Ruchi.
Hi, we get speaker will be attempting her level 1 project free speech from the pathway of dynamic leadership. The purpose of the project is to learn or reveal the basic research methods and to present a well organized and a well researched speech on any topic. What do you?
So the second speaker is Toastmaster Ruchi. Have you been sitting with Sakshi more these days? Okay. So the title of her speech is Spice Up Your Taste Buds. Spice of your cake first, Toastmasters.
Good evening, dear Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Imagine this. You are on a bustling street in Mumbai, enveloped by the intoxicating aroma of spices and a symphony of laughter and chatter. What is the first thing you crave? It's the beloved Pani Puri. Today, let's explore the exciting world of Golgappas. First, let's start with some of the interesting secrets hidden behind this recipe. Do you know who invented Golgappas? As per the website for zodiac.com, the history of Golgappas can be traced back to the Mahabharata. The interesting story between Kunti and Draupadi goes like this. Draupadi, my dear daughter-in-law, we find ourselves in the midst of exile, surrounded by scarce resources. I have a task for you. What is it, Mother Kunti? I want to test your resourcefulness. Take these leftover vegetables and little dough I could manage. Create something that will satisfy the hunger of all the five Pandavas. But with so little, what can we make? That's the challenge property. Use your creativity and make the most of what we have. Time passes as property works with a limited ingredients. Mother Kunti, I present to you Golgappa, a dish that encapsulates the flavor of our meager resources and yet satisfies the hunger of all the five Pandavas. Golgappa, how did you come at this? I remember the taste of street food from our kingdom and tried to recreate it. It's a mix of flavors wrapped in a puri, symbolizing our unity even in exile. Well done, my daughter, I'm proud of you. Now, imagine an ATM. But instead of dispensing cash, it magically conjures up a plate of pani puri. Yes, you heard it right. Pani puri on demand. In Banaskanda district of Gujarat, we have contactless puchka vending machine that works just like an ATM. All you have to do is to insert money and wait for a plate of puchkas to emerge from the conveyor belt. It's hygienic, contactless, and innovative. Just imagine people standing in line, not for cash, but for a fate of this yummy recipe. Ever heard of fire strips? Although this sounds scary, it's an interesting variation to try. Found in Nagpur and Ahmedabad, just a chart corner, these unique puris are loaded with spiced potatoes, curd, and sweet tamarind chutney. Topped with vibrant spices, puri is lit up with fire. Served. Who said street food can't be adventurous? Do you want to know how the humble puchkas has transformed to a global sensation? According to Times of India blog, in trendy metro bars, you can find a unique twist. Instead of traditional spicy water, we serve it with scotch or wine. To captivate foreigners, there's even a dish called Pani Puri Tequila Shots. It's like the dish got a passport and upgraded from economy to first class. As we conclude our flavorful journey to the world of Pani Puris, I'm sure these Pani Puri varieties will definitely make you say, Bhaiya, ek aur." Remember, food is not just a sustenance. It's a journey, an art, a celebration of cultures. So go ahead, spice up your life and enjoy the delightful world of innovative pani puris. Thank you.
I don't know about anybody else, but there's certainly one person who must be having hiccups. She is not here. She is not here. And in ideal, she must be seeing that there's a separate class of Toastmasters who are constantly giving speeches about aloo and food and whatnot. Okay, so huh? Food masters. So before again the third speaker, another wordplay, that is palindrome. Palindrome is nothing but same word spelling from both the sides. For example, Madam, Civic, Malayalam, refer, radar, rotator. So even if you read from the front side or the back side, the words are same, exactly the same. Now the third speaker, we have a very esteemed speaker, he is Toastmaster Amit Sharma. He is pursuing his effective coaching pathway and he'll be delivering his level 4 project 2. Connect with an unfamiliar audience, and his speech will be evaluated by Toastmasters Sangeeta Shruti. May I request you to please.
I made sure I didn't appear and be pasted. Toastmaster Amit is today delivering a level 4 project 2 speech. He has a single point agenda is to connect and engage an unknown audience. By doing this, he is declaring all of us unknown. Good luck to you, Toastmaster Amit.
May I request Toastmaster Amit. Toastmaster Amit Sharma, the giant, awaken the giant within, Toastmaster Amit Sharma.
Have you found yourself in these tricky situations when you ask question to yourself on your existence in this world? Fellow Toastmasters, guests are not here, so I won't say guests. We all, as a human being, come very far away in developments. But majority of people are still unaware of their own existence in this world. Today, I got the opportunity, with the help of this speech, I will take you through the three prominent stages and level of human existence in this world. This is not only going to help you to gauge yourself, where do you exist at this point in time, but also allow you to take a step forward to move to the next level as well as transforming your own life. The stage one was started to unfolding for me in the year 2008 when I landed to Mumbai. Having few dreams in my eyes, having profound responsibility on my shoulders, and doing something good for my family and for me as well. But how many of you really feel that when everything goes smooth, life will throw something at you to experience something new? Same thing happened with me. Within a week, I realized the company which I had came to work for is not for me. Because of the many reasons, Tata Communication just taken over BSNL at that point in time. Totally government culture, people having the old mindset, old belief, and the environment as I'm working for a government firm. I used to be treated like a slave. I can't raise my voice if I'm doing something against their expectations. They're criticizing me. They're pinpointing that I'm not good enough in this thing. And that was the stage one when I started to realize I don't have any control of anything. I am a victim. And that is a stage number one, where people start realizing they cannot do anything to change anything. They are here for survival and they need to go with the thing as if they want to continue. And I had feeling to leave this job, but the fear of what a family member will say, what people will talk about. A person who has gone from a tiny village to get a job in Mumbai is coming back. But where's the pain, there's a gain. I was roaming through fashion street of one of the bookstores. I came across one of the book of Deepak Chopra. I don't remember the name at this point in time. That allowed me to be familiar with the second stage of my existence. The quote which was there in the book was amazing. And it says, awakening is not changing who you are. It is you discard, it is the you discarding who you are not. So that thing allowed me to think about I need to be who am I. What people think, what they talk, I need to discard everything. And then I realized there's something which I have to work on is the goals. I can set my goals. I can decide what I am supposed to get at my workplace. And the first prominent thing which was my relationships among my teams. I make an agenda, I start working on that. I commence to talking to people to understand what exactly they think about me. And slowly and gradually, I started to get the results. People start thinking, and whatever the belief they have, they started to eliminate it. You can't imagine the boss who used to the most terrible person in my life, he became a best friend. I shared most of the things which I never shared with anyone in my life. My first crush at school with him. The first experience of my first job and even my first heartbroken with him. I never felt that these slowly and only some of the things which I learned in the stage to awaken. helped me to have one such thing. In 2016, I moved another firm. And when I was going through induction, one of the person came to me. He said, "Hey, the team you're going in, your boss is psychic." Is it? Yes. He is a very thick person. You will come to him. Same thing happened. Whenever I go to talk to him, he just going to take controls. He never allow me to speak, and I become defensive. And my life started to become miserable. Some issues at personal level and even at the professional level. I don't know what to do. Then again, the best have books. I again gone through one of the finest book, which I feel the most desirable and favorite one, biography of Swami Vivekananda, which helped me with another quote, which says, "You need to go through from inside out. No one can teach you how to be spiritual. There's only one thing, and no one is better teacher than your own soul." Then I realized there's something, the third stage, which is revamping yourself and start working on me. Whatever other side of the world, which is outside world, I start realizing I have a strength which I have to give to my inner world. I start doing meditation, forgiveness, gratitude, affirmation, visualization. These all things I commenced working. You can't imagine, after a couple of months, I start becoming a different person. And now I always see things are going to change when you are realizing your own strengths. So these are three existence of humans: victim stage, awakening stage, and revamping yourself. So I did that and hope you are going to take your own steps to becoming the best version and awakening the giant within you. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Before we come to the fourth speaker, another wordplay, that is panagrams. And panagrams are those sentences in which every letter of the alphabet comes at least once. The most common one is the big brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. There are some more which I realized while researching for this topic. Amazingly, few discotheques provide juke boxes. Pack my box with 5 dozen liquor jugs. When zombies arrive, quickly packs that judge. So these are the 4 sentences, and there are many more, in which you will find each and every alphabet appearing at least once. Now, the fourth speech of the day. Today we have, I'll call this homecoming because Toastmaster Sham was a member earlier of Agnes Toastmasters Club. He's pursuing his visionary communication pathway, and he'll be delivering his level 5 project 1, which is on develop your vision. To evaluate this speech, this project, I'll call upon Toastmaster Libby Abraham. Would you like to come here and read out?
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. My target speaker is attempting his level 5 project 1 from the Path Visionary Communication at the Master of the Day mentioned. The purpose of this project is for the member to develop a detailed vision for his or her personal life, professional life, or an organization. Now, as part of this project, he is expected to deliver 2 speeches. Today, he is delivering one of those speeches. And the purpose of this first speech is for the member to share some aspect of his vision. Timer, please note, the time allotted for the speech is 5 to 7 minutes.
May I call upon Toastmaster Sham? Toastmaster Sham, The title of the speech is Measure with Confidence. Measure with Confidence.
If you do what you have been doing, then you will be getting what you have been getting on. Right? That was the famous quote by Henry Ford, the famous industrialist, the automobile baron. Way back, he was a leader in the 19th century. Toastmasters of the day, fellow Toastmasters. I started working in 1987. Having graduated from one of the most brilliant engineering colleges in India. But getting into the job and working there for 17 years, this quote has always been ringing in my mind. And whenever I was alone, whenever I was contemplating, that job was never giving me money. It helped me sustain. JOB means just off broke. But I was continuing. 17 years happened. And over time, I knew I had to do something different. So what I did, best thing to do, change it. And there I was here in Mumbai. The next 4 years, again, paid me okay, but did not make me feel so comfortable. And I was always cribbing. Job, whatever, everything. I was going on a very negative. Again, I decided, okay, I'll change. If you do the same things, you'll get the same things. And there I was, went to the desert lands of Saudi Arabia. So I kept on working again for another 8 years. Now, in between, what all happened? I mean, I was always in that mode where, you know, when you grow up, you're brought up in a very humble surroundings, and they tell you, grow up, have a good education, take up a job, get married, have children, teach them the same word, go on. That life was continued until somewhere in between I read a book by Robert Kless, Rich Dad. And one of the concepts that came out was this cash flow point. Before an employee, I always wanted to be owning a job where I could freelance and get control over my job. So this part is where you get the activity. That is, you put in time, you grow up, put in time for work, you make money. But as you lose time working, you start losing money actively. But then look at the right side of the coin. There are people who make money while sleeping. There, the money works for you, either as a businessman, where others work for you. What does a businessman do? He is happy having 1% of 100% efforts. 100% effort is 1%, whereas we here put our own 100%. So that's how the income grows. So as a business owner, or further, when the money works for you. This concept again, it always kept like one after the other. It starts building in your mind. What are you? What are you? What are you? And one day in Saudi, then obviously what happens is working in the Gulf gives you a good, a decent amount of financial freedom. You earn quite well. I decided I should stop working at the age of 50. That was way back in 2015. And then came 2016, where I decided to quit. I was getting my active income out. So I knew I had to get into the business. I was lucky to have my cousin here in Mumbai, who also was facing bad times through his job. We came, sat together on the balcony of my house, and we decided to start a company. Just like that. We also knew that the name of the company should be something in Greek. Not that others should have Latin or Greek understanding English. But we named it Chia Mumbai. And then the next 4 years, till around 2020, things started moving. See, unless you dive into the water, you can't swim, right? You can learn swimming. So similarly, none of us were businessmen. We were all, both of us were first-time business people, but we learned the nuances of building business. And since we were in consulting, we were doing some engineering jobs, we were doing some trading jobs, we were doing some training jobs. In the process, some fellow-minded, like-minded people also joined, and that gave us the further motivation to move ahead. And in 2020, the point where I'm coming to about the vision part of it is when we decided to delve into manufacturing. Because till that time, we didn't have a brand. We wanted a brand. That's when we decided we need to have a product, a physical product, and the engineer in me, the instrumentation engineer in me, helped me think about instruments. And we decided, yes, we have a friendly neighboring state which boosts businesses, like Gujarat and Navi, where we set up our manufacturing facility. And the name of the company was called Deepest Technologies. That had a grand opening. Beautiful building where it was all decorated on a photo, where a ribbon was cut. We decided we need to be the superstars. We don't need any big film stars or anyone, because we have the vision to make it grow. And we made a logo. Measure with confidence was our tagline. Name, yes, please. The products. It's all common industry use products. But we had a vision. We knew that these products which are available in plenty in the market, these are like nuts and bolts, but we need to stand out. We will give, we know how business, because we didn't want big money. We already were a little secure, but we thought that what we give the product should be in command. And yes, the deepest one, next. We built a vision statement. We made it look. We wanted to build difference to the user rather than boasting our product. There should be a reason. It will have to drive the progress and unleash new possibilities for the end user. That was the key there. And we set up financial goals to the short term of 5 years. Nothing extravagant, right? In 5 years, to grow the business from a certain turnover that we have there to a turnover of around 10 million USD in 5 countries, at least to a total turnover of 150 million USD. This is the vision that we have. I'm sure you will see what we have been doing for this vision.
There's a book called The Parable of the Pipeline. If you have read about it, and it talks about the same thing. You are going and fetching water every day. So there was a story that there are 2 sets of people. One is going to the river fetching water every day, and whatever amount of water he fetches, then he uses. And there's another set who creates a pipeline. So it took him some time to create a pipeline, but once that pipeline was created, water was flowing in very smoothly, and that is the point that he tried to make. It's a beautiful book. I would recommend all of you to use it, even if you are not turning entrepreneur, but it's a good book to read. So these were the 4 speakers, and before we go to the next session, the final wordplay is mnemonic. Mnemonic is nothing but certain association words which we use, where it makes certain patterns in association which helps us to remember. For example, with your violet, indigo, blue, green, or we talk about news. News can be north, east, west, south, or it can also be national, economy, sports, and any S. Weather, no. Anyway, there is something. I personally love these things because it helps me remember my speeches and whenever I'm trying to put my words. I have used this in many of my podcasts like OTP, how to convey your goal, how to communicate your goals. Not only there are certain mnemonics, so there's a difference between mnemonics and acronyms. So acronyms do make sense, but acronyms are generally taken from the just first word, Goa Institute of Management, GIM. That's it. So this is an acronym of that word. But with your, there's a meaning that you can draw. Anyway, so our next session is table topic session, and we have today Toastmaster Sakshi, who is who's the table topics part of the day. This is part of her persuasive influence pathway and level 2 active listening to evaluate her session to see the rage within Sakshi, whether there's enough rage within Sakshi or not. This will be evaluated by Toastmaster Ron.
Purpose of this project is for the speaker to demonstrate active listening. And today she's going to demonstrate active listening by conducting the table topic session. All the best to you. Over to you.
Here is Toastmaster Sakshi. What
A very good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. So in today's session, so this is table topic session. And today's theme that I have put for this table topic session is go with the theme. And to give you a context, what is table topic session? So in this session, you have to come on the stage and give at least a speech of 2 minutes. And the topic will be given to you it will be an impromptu topic that will be given to you and you have to give a speech. And this will test your patience as well as your creative thinking. So to get started, today's session is going to be different. I'll need 4 people. So in today's session, there will be around 7 speakers. And so that's why the one who raises your hand first would get the chance to come on the stage. So I'll be calling 4 people. Can any one of you raise your hands? Who are the 4 people who would like to come on the stage? 1, 2, 3, and 4th one? Great. I'll go next for the experience. Okay, then for the next one you can come. So let me explain to you what this session is going to be all about. You all will be getting 2 minutes, just like it happens in every table topic session. And just for your understanding, you must speak for at least 1 minute in order to qualify for the voting. And in this session, as it says, go with the flow. I will be giving you a sentence that will be the start. So this is like a storytelling session. Yes, and you have to weave a story out of it. But here's the catch. I will be giving the start of the story. You will start the story, but you will also have a chit. In that chit, there is a sentence which you will mention, and you have to ensure that you use that sentence in your story. Now that's the catch. So you can also just to make things much more easier, maybe you can start the story. There can be an introduction, there can be body, and from there can be conclusion. So you all 4 will be together weaving a story. All clear? Yes, 2 minutes each. So you'll be getting so first I'll get started. You'll say for 2 minutes, then shift. Timer, kindly note to keep a track of the timing. I hope the instructions are clear. And if let's say if any one of you uses word of the day or phrase of the day, please ensure that you give a thumbs up. So here you go. I'm giving this in advance so that because we don't know how the story is going to be. Okay?
So whether I'm supposed to open this now or
We can open this now.
Done? Yeah, yes, you can open it now. Done? Great. So once upon a time, Toastmaster Dharmesh, Toastmaster Sham, Toastmaster Sanish, and Toastmaster Sunil, we all went to Dubai for a party. And then
We checked out of the, we reached the airport and then we checked into the hotel. Then I went to get my brush my teeth, but I remembered that I forgot my toothbrush. So I called up the reception and told them to give me the toothbrush. I got ready and then I was waiting for Sanish, Sham and Sunil to come, and we are planning to visit Burj Khalifa. That's the best place in Dubai. After that, our next plan was to go to the sand place, which is in Dubai, and other places in Dubai. Okay. The plan was set, and I was waiting for them to come. By that time, I took some photos of the monuments that were there in the hotel, and that's it.
Indeed, when the wait was going on, I was also getting ready in my room. All of us are independent rooms, and I knew the time was up, so I just started running down the lift, getting into the corridor, and was about to leave the lobby when I found a strange looking couple having a beagle along with them walking. They wanted to move out, and then they suddenly told me, I have seen your Facebook post. You keep posting everything on Facebook. I know you have a beagle at home. I looked at you and you saw that's a famous photo all over the world. The beagle and you sitting, and that's your profile photo. Please take care of my beagle. He needs a bath. By the time we go out and come, you please take care of that. They were very strange people. They just could speak English. Now the topic here was handed over the beagle to me on this leash and said, please take him for a bath. The beagle needed a bath. Dog needed a bath. Here I was perplexed. What to do? The other guys are going to duty for sure, because here I am going to play the spoil sport. I was on thin ice here skating, and also had this. Of course, the beagle looked very lovingly at me, started dragging its tail. I slowly bent down, and I realized, obviously, look, it smells good, so no, doesn't need a bath. It's time for me now. Okay. It's a country where dogs are not, see the Middle East, they don't actually love dogs, but pedigree dogs are. So here was a beagle with me, and I knew that I can wait for the others. We can go on a trip along with the beagle to wherever we want into the sands,
And as we went on, Sham looked back at me. I understood his feeling that he wanted to give that bath to the beagle. And I thought, I will fulfill his wish. After all, we went to Dubai for Sunil, who was extravagant with his expenditure. It was supposed to be his bachelor party, and he didn't tell his betrothed. He was walking on a thin ice that this was his bachelor party, and we are going to have an amazing time. And he was going to spend on us extravagantly. And we went to the most expensive hotel in the Dubai. And what transpired that I'm not going to tell any one of you because not because I was not want to tell you. I know everybody over here is about 18 years of age, but because I was locked in the toilet. And I don't know it was which one of these three who locked me in the toilet. It turned out that they were running and searching for me, and I didn't realize. It was the next day morning, after 24 hours, that they finally found me. That's why you should always take mobile phone along with you, whether it's for walk or going into the toilet. Never forget to carry your mobile phone. You never know when you realize. Because if you got a friend who lock you in the toilet, The only friend you can count upon is your mobile. Bachelor party, take abroad, take most expensive hotel, take three best friends, take all went fine until I woke up. I woke up and I saw my first friend with his closed eyes. He was brushing his teeth. And I told him, where is your brush? He was like, and he realized his brush is with Sam. And I asked him, where is Sam? He said, Sam must be in his room. I checked, Sam, there was nothing. All packed. Then I went all in the hotel, checked, shouting, where is the toothbrush? Sam? I could not find until I saw Sam playing with people. I asked Sam, give me the toothbrush. He shouted at me, which toothbrush are you talking about? Whose toothbrush? I thought, this guy must have tricked me. Because there was a bachelor party and he must be playing some games with me. And then I realized it must be Sunish who played this. I went up back in the room, knocked Sunish's room, and I opened the room. Actually, there was nobody inside. And then I checked in the washroom. I could hear some noises coming, like someone scrolling Instagram reels. My friend Sunish was inside, using his mobile phone. I shouted, Sunish, could you just give me the toothbrush? Sunish said, which toothbrush are you talking about? I don't have any. I said, Dharmesh is waiting for you, otherwise you miss our bachelor party, right? We are going to go back to or India, right? From Dubai. If you are not going to give the toothbrush, we'll miss the flights, return flights. Then I realized the most important thing I did not check while planning this trip. Always book a hotel with one room, which should have 4 washrooms. That was the conclusion.
The way I hope no one have put it in this way. And the Toastmasters, the way Toastmaster Dharmesh included the first topic, which was he forgot to carry his toothbrush. The second time, the way Toastmaster Sham, DTM Sham, included Toastmaster Sham here, included giving a bath to a dog. And it was very creative because you included beagles in it. And I was thinking, oh my God, which was a topic that I had given them because I didn't see it. And then came Toastmaster Sanish, where he included. Yes, where he got locked in the toilet, and the way he figured it out, the story around it. And last but not the least, I really want to know what was the topic that you got. Yeah, the paper. Oh, okay. So I guess Sangeeta Shruti will have to continue with the boss. The boss was murdered. Good Lord. But the way you concluded it, summarizing all the 4 topics, starting from the beagle to the toothbrush and to getting locked into the washroom and ensuring that there should be 4 washrooms at the end of the story, was a great story. Do you agree? Now, I need 3 people who would be interested to come on stage. One is Sangeeta Shruti for sure. I am not murdering you. Come on, raise your hands. He's inside the phone. Yes, Sanjeev. And third person, who is the third person? No.
Come.
Now, to get started, once upon a time, there was a murder, and you three detectives have to detect the entire situation and investigate who was the murderer. And that's when
So I was driving a car in Mumbai. Mumbai people are very soft spoken, very nice to talk to, especially there's no such thing as road rage, right? So there's nothing about it. If you totally believe in non-violence. So I was driving in the NH of Delhi and suddenly I found that there's a scene created by a fellow driver. And upon further discussions with that driver, a lot of crowd gathered around. So find out that he beat up another fellow driver who was driving up the road because he was not taking fast overtake. This was one of the most serious things I have noticed that people even don't use space for other driver to overtake. You could then stop you and beat you up. That also happened. So that was one of the things that I found that actually got me very angry. A lot of other also sane-minded people there who were angry along with me. So that was one of the incidents where I got really angry and a lot of people thought of that. Like towards one was there on the receiving end to get some strength from the people around that.
24 hours after this incident, police got two photos. One from the family of the driver who was beaten up, one from the family of the driver who got beaten up. We would expect the person who got beaten up landed up in the hospital, unless the person beating up was someone got beat. But the person who got beaten up called up the police to complain that his dog ate up his chicken. And the person who was beating or giving the beating, his family called up the police to intimate that he had died. He was lying in a pool of blood on the floor of his bedroom, which was locked from inside. Did not have a window. What kind of bedroom? Anyways, did not have a window. The lights were switched on. The front door was closed. Nobody could understand what this puzzle was. But the bigger puzzle here was, why would somebody call up the police and complain that your dog ate up your chicken? This was the mystery that Gurgaon police was dealing with that night.
Actually, the story was totally different when I came into the picture. Everybody's talking about chicken has been eaten, but it was not the chicken. It was the pig, which I want. It was a pig. People were thinking, why do I have a pig? But it was one totem of a pig, which I carried with me as a sign or signature of a power. Wherever I go, I carry always with me. It's just one paper, and the big powerful pig is all printed on that. But it has been stolen, and I came to know it has been eaten by a dog. And people are complaining that chicken was eaten, but actually I was looking for my own pig, which was stolen at that point in time. That's all.
can you guess what were the topics given to them? This you can- Yes, driving, chicken, and pig.
Any guesses for the first one for Toastmaster Sanjeev? He mentioned it 3 or 4 times in his story. No. It was an emotion. Anger. Yes. So he got angry. That was the emotion that I had given to him. And the second one, it was dog eating a chicken. And for the last one for Toastmaster Amit, it was his pig was getting stolen. So these are the 3 topics that were given to them, and then they gave a very interesting story throughout, especially the start, because I was not expecting that this was going. And when he said why he was getting angry, and the way he mentioned about the racing, and the problem that he was facing, and how the anger, how he was raised with anger. So overall, this was the session. Is anybody still interested? Do you have time? I know. So I guess that's it for today. For the time. Yes, for the time, I think we share it. Only yes, both.
Toastmaster Sanjeev took 5 minutes 43 seconds. Toastmaster 5 minutes 43. Toastmaster Ruchi Kumari took 7 minutes 10 seconds. Toastmaster Amit Sharma took 7 minutes 24 seconds. Toastmaster Sham takes 7 minutes 56 seconds. Toastmaster Ramesh took 1 minute 5 seconds. Toastmaster Sham Toastmaster Ramesh took 1 minute 5 seconds. Toastmaster Sham took 1 minute 43 seconds. Toastmaster Shunish took 1 minute 26 seconds. Toastmaster Sunil took 2 minutes 27 seconds. Toastmaster Sanjeev took 1 minute 16 seconds. Toastmaster Sarita Shruti took 1 minute 17 seconds. And Toastmaster Amit Sharma took 1 minute. So all are qualified.
You joined the topic session. Now we have the Chamusa break, chai and samosa. We'll be back exactly in 10 minutes. And my watch 16:22. We'll be back here at 16:32. 18.
Yes, yes. Come.
Objective is only to again, employees could have.
3 seconds.
But employees also strength is also one of the things in 2016.